All right, heat number 1, getting ready to go. Green flag racing. Let's take a look at the lineup tonight. Heat number 1 will be Wayne Bridges in a 358 and DJ Kenner in a big block. Second row of big blocks is Ben Flanagan and John Darby, and Skylar Massey in a big block, and Brett Carroll in his 358 mod. Oh, huge shout out to Kevin Martin on his truck win earlier. Best of luck to you here in these cars as well, buddy. And that comes from your big brother. All right, there goes the pace car, and you can definitely tell we did some upgrades this week. Look at the way these cars look right now. I am just ecstatic and looking forward to a big night of racing. How about y'all? Let's get that pace truck off the track, folks. No, pace truck, go in now. No, we don't want to wait another lap. I was a bit excited for this broadcast tonight for a great number of reasons, and they're about to show why. They're going to put on a great show here tonight, and then of course we've got the vote for the new logo and all sorts of excitement going on tonight. Definitely looking forward to the Pro 2 lights at Limaland. That's going to be crazy. And of course 305s here after this one. So don't go anywhere. While you're between races, go get some more people to hop in here. Get them to comment. Harley Barletta in the chat. Thank you, sir. All right. Pace truck should be diving off. Green flag is in the air. Here they go. Wayne Bridges gets a good jump on that start. Looked like DJ Kenner tapped the wall coming down the front straightaway. Wayne Bridges gets a good jump here. As they come down into 3 and 4. And whoa, the 111, I believe that was Ben Flanagan way up in the wall. Manages to get it straightened out, but he is going way back here early in the race. Wayne Bridges continues to dominate up at the front, but John Darby hopped in there quickly, and now he is up here running, trying to run down these two leaders. Looks like he might have got into the back of Kenner just a little bit. Kenner is obviously having a little bit of trouble here tonight. We're not used to seeing him struggle like this, but we'll see if he can get back up there, as Skylar Massey has ran these guys down in his big block mod here tonight. A lot more guys in the big blocks here tonight. It's been the 358s most weeks, but this track with the longer straightaways and 3/4 of a mile definitely favors the big block mods and the power that they have. They have a lot more power and only 100 or so pounds more weight, so they're definitely faster as Massey moves up into 3rd. John Darby now up to 2nd. DJ Kenner is in 1st. 92 of Wayne Bridges in the 358 still leads his class, but he has fallen way behind these big block mods, and that just shows what the racing is going to be tonight. It's going to be the big block mods with the advantage. As they come around, they've got 4 laps to go, 3 laps as they cross the start-finish line, as we have a side-by-side battle for the lead. John Darby is trying to hold it down low and carry some momentum, but DJ Kenner has definitely got the run to the outside. DJ gets a little off there. Is he going to try a crossover move? No, he is. He can't quite get there on the exit of the turn, but he's going to try and set it up and do it again. Obviously struggling up on the high side right now. DJ Kenner moved back down. Looked like he had a good run up there and just got a little too loose, had to back out of it, moved back down to the bottom, and now he's got it hooked up. As we come down to the white flag, DJ is trying to run him down. Wayne Bridges continues to dominate in the 358s as Darby takes the win. No, excuse me, that was the back straightaway. I got so excited I lost track of where I was. Here comes John Darby to take the win. DJ Kenner will come home second. Skylar Massey is third, and fourth is Ben Flanagan. Then in the 358s is Wayne Bridges first. Brett Carroll is second. Time to go to heat number 2. And don't forget, these guys always do a zero state track for the Dirt Series. As we've got the big block mods of Chris Standridge and Doug Tyre Norton on the front row. Then you got the 358 of Kevin Martin and James Johnson in a big block. In the second row, Brian Mansfield in a 358. Tom Land in a big block. As we mentioned, Kevin Martin just won a truck race a little bit ago, and now he's going to come out here and try and do the same in the dirt. We'll see if he can get it done here tonight, but Chris Standridge right there at the front, always a tough competitor, and we're not used to seeing Chris start up front, so he might run away with this one. Doug Tyre Norton is right there to the outside, though. James Johnson right behind him as well is not going to make it easy on Standridge tonight. Final lap of pacing. And while we're waiting for them to complete this lap, hit that share button, get your friends and family watching. Let's see how many people we can get watching the racing tonight. Don't forget, we are live on Facebook and on Twitch, so use your preferred one. Let's see if we can get some more Twitch followers tonight, help these leagues out, like the XCal League tomorrow night. They'll be here at 7:30 Eastern, like this United Outlaw Leagues and their whole family of series. Let's give them some love as the pace car ducks off. Chris Standridge there to the inside. Green flag is in the air. Chris Standridge leads him down, gets a good jump on Doug Norton going into turn 1. Little bit of chaos back there, but looked like Tom Land was right in the outside wall. Everybody manages to hold on to it, but here comes Kevin Martin to the inside. He's trying to make that 358 work, and we'll see it all night tonight. These 358s are substantially better in the corner. With those big block mods on these longer straights, they're going to be the dominant car. However, when we go to the shorter tracks, it has more turning. You see it every time. Those 358s just walk away from the field. And as speaking of walking away, here comes Chris Standridge in the lead. Chris is walking away from his heat right now. Doug Norton a little bit behind. Standridge has a 1.4 second lead right now. Doug Norton just trying to close the gap. Tom Land now gaining on Doug Norton, as well as James Johnson right there on the back bumper. Here they come down the back straightaway. It looks like Doug Norton's about to have his hands full, folks. As here comes Tom Land to the inside. Land has to hold it down not to get into the side of Doug Norton. We'll see if he can make the pass this time. Tom Land definitely has the has it hooked up down there on the bottom. He's gonna have a run coming off the turn, but that outside line just carries so much more momentum. It's gonna take him another lap. And Tom Land moves up into second. He's gonna bring James Johnson with him. James Johnson now working on Doug Norton. Doug Norton up in the wall. James Johnson's going to get by easily. Coming to the white flag, Chris Standridge way out front, 2.8 seconds. Almost 3 seconds as he crosses the line with the white flag. Here he comes out of the two. Chris Iron Man Standridge getting that last lap of his heat. He is going to come home in first here. Tom Land is going to come home second. Third will be James Johnson. Fourth will be Doug Norton. Kevin Martin wins the 358s for his heat. All right, on to heat number 3. Let's take a look at your lineup. You've got the big block of Brian Burkhart and Michael Whiting up front. Second row is a big block of Todd Schott, then the 358 of Jim Cook, and the 358 of Patrick Coluccio. Got some folks cheering on Tom Land in the chat as well. Tom had a good race. Had a good heat. We'll see if he can come out here in the feature and get to the front. Zero state track for heat number 3 as always. Don't forget, immediately after this race, we will have the, you guys get to help decide the new logo for the United Outlaw League. And then we will have the Spring Invitationals. We'll have the 305s here and the Pro 2 lights at Limaland. Plus, we'll probably get some driver interviews in there as well. All right, pace truck finally going to duck off here coming out of turn 4, and we will get green flag racing from USA. Michael Whiting on the outside, Brian Burkhart on the inside. Pace truck is off. Green flag is in the air. Looked like Whiting just got caught a little behind. He is now up in the wall in turn 2. Brian Burkhart to the lead. And here comes Todd Schott for second place in the 424, or 426, excuse me. And now we've got Todd Schott going for the lead here. Todd Schott down on the inside, Whiting to the outside, but here, Burkhart to the outside, but Michael Whiting is starting to charge back after turn 1, rubbing the wall, losing several spots. Michael Whiting is trying to charge back up through the field. The two 358s back behind. Patrick Coluccio continues to lead, and Jim Cook is second. I have a feeling in the feature we're going to be looking at those 358s a lot. As these big blocks up at the front continue to battle, Todd Schott there in the middle. Michael Whiting is leading, but not by much. Burkhart still up in the lead, but here comes Todd Schott. Almost gets a run to the inside. Todd is definitely slinging it in there, trying to get any advantage he can. Michael Whiting in the 44 right back there. Almost gets together with Schott coming off turn 4. 3 laps to go. This battle is heating up more and more every lap. Dust cloud kicking up as Michael Whiting trying to get up there to the high side. Can't get enough momentum. Actually loses a little bit of time. Todd Schott down into 3. Caution is out. Our first caution of the night. Michael Whiting there pushed it way to the outside, drove down the fence and spun it out twice, 3 times, 4 times. Gets it going the right direction though. Not the way Michael Whiting wanted to end this feature. He got off to a rough start, but if anybody can recover if anybody can recover in the mains, it'll be Michael Whiting. And as always, if you have a favorite driver, drop their name in the chat so we can take a look at them during their race or during the features. Long night of great racing ahead. Just a funny thought that they might want to try this next week to see if the new iRacing pace car sedan could do pace laps on dirt. That would definitely make for an interesting thing to watch. Pretty sure the Mustang couldn't. It's a Ford, it'd probably just get stuck. Jason Rome drops in the chat. His favorite driver is him. Derek Nearhood cheering on Tom Land, and I'm wondering why we're not cheering on Derek Nearhood tonight. All right, pace truck about to dive off. Come on, pace truck. You could go a little bit faster there, buddy. There he goes. Finally get the pace truck out of the way. Brian Burkhart and Michael Whiting, or Brian Burkhart and Todd Schott lead him down. Todd is off like a shot on the outside, but will he run into the same problems Whiting did on the first start when he got up too high? No, he does not. He hangs on to it, and Brian Burkhart's about to have his hands full with coming to the white flag. Here they come. They're going to take the white flag here. Brian Burkhart still leading. Todd Schott currently in second in the big blocks. The 358s, Patrick Coluccio is leading Jim Cook around right now. As Burkhart opens up a little bit of a lead going into turn 3, will he be able to hang on to it? Todd Schott closes the gap, but not enough. It is Brian Burkhart winning heat number 3 for the big blocks, and Patrick Coluccio winning his heat in the 358s. It is warm-up time. Since we got some Tom Land fans, we'll see if we can see him during his warm-up here. Now's a great time for you guys to go get you some snacks at the snack bar. We're going to do the same. We'll be back in just a moment. Alright, just in the nick of time, went and got me some water, a Gatorade, a Mountain Dew, some pizza, pretzel, a few other things. So now we are ready for another battle here. Warm-up is over. It is time to line them up. And here's how they will start. Obviously, we're going to have some big block mods up front. John Darby and Chris Standridge on the front row. Then Brian Burkhart, DJ Kenner, Tom Land, Todd Schott, Skylar Massey, James Johnson are the top 8 in the big block mods. Then you've got Patrick Coluccio and Wayne Bridges, the first two 358s. Then Doug Tyre Norton in a big block. Jim Cook in his 358. And then you've got Brett Carroll and Kevin Martin both in 358s. Michael Whiting and Ben Flanagan in big block mods. And Brian Mansfield in a 358. John Darby going to lead them down. Quite a big field here tonight, 17 cars. This will make for some exciting racing. Nick Frank in the chat, getting ready for the Pro 2 lights. We'll see him in the 305s as well. Looking forward to calling that race for him. One more time by, pace car will lead him around. And it'll be interesting to see just how long, if some of these big block mods will end up coming around and being able to lap the 358s. They definitely have the power advantage here. It's going to be an interesting race to say the least. As they come down the back straightaway one more time, pace car will duck off this time by, and we will get to go green flag racing. And these 358s and big blocks together definitely put on one heck of a show. We've got some 358s mixed in mid-pack. It'll be very interesting to see how things go. Green flag is in the air. John Darby leads them down into turn number 1 with DJ Kenner already moving up a few spots, and several cars mid-pack struggling. There's Todd Schott way to the outside, trying to force his way back through, beating and banging. How these guys are holding on to him is a testament to how good the drivers are in this Outlaw League. They are 3 wide, they are leaning on each other heavily, and everybody's keeping it straight as that 9-car Jim Cook manages to keep it straight. This is getting crazy back here mid-pack. They're 3 wide right behind them. Brett Carroll coming up through the field as well. Meanwhile, John Darby already starting to open up a lead. Probably the biggest shocker right now, Chris Standridge has lost 7 spots since the start of this race. He is going to try and reclaim as many as he can. Biggest mover so far, though, Jim Johnson. In the 39 there, he has picked up 4 spots. Started in 8th, he is up to 4th in his big block. DJ Kenner still trying to run down John Darby, but John Darby has just gone off the front. He is taken off. Brian Burkhart in 2nd. Burkhart in 3rd. Jim Johnson in 4th. Todd Schott in 5th. And you want to see what it is like for these guys in the car? As we get our first caution of the feature. That bad luck streak may have just came back. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out what happened here. Looks like Brian Mansfield was involved. The wreck happened in front of him. Let's take another look. I think Skylar Massey is where this started. Skylar gets a little high coming off of turn 4, gets down off into 1, gets resettled, and drifts up, spins it around, and collects several cars. Looks like Doug Norton was involved. That brings us under the first caution of the feature. Now, we had a run of bad luck when we were earlier in the season. Every time we try and go ride along with somebody, either as soon as we said it or as soon as we got in the car, the caution came out. Always try and ride along with somebody mid-pack, but we'll have to see how this plays out. I'd like to get some in-car, but you never know. We'll get a lap in, and then we'll try and ride along with somebody in the middle of the pack, maybe Doug Tyre Norton or Brian Mansfield. Now, as they run in the big blocks, it's John Darby, DJ Kenner, James Johnson, Brian Burkhart, Todd Schott, and Tom Land are the top 6. Then the top cars in the 358s are Patrick Coluccio, Jim Cook, Brian Mansfield, Brett Carroll, and Wayne Bridges. Kevin Martin currently in the pits. He was involved in that. He was the one that got caught in the middle of that. He's going to have to get repaired and get back out. It looks like he's about to lose a lap. We'll see if he can recover from that and get back up there. If they get another quick caution, he'll get his lap back, and we'll see if he can get up there and run up through the field. Now, we mentioned it a few minutes ago. Chris Standridge had dropped back several spots. He started up there on the front row. He is now back in 12th. He started in 2nd. So, rough start to the feature for him. All right, pace truck will dive off. We'll go green again here. Coming off of turn 4, John Darby will control the restart. Green flag is in the air. John Darby gets a little bit of a launch, but DJ Kenner right there beside him. DJ's going for the crossover move. Can't quite get there yet. Mid-pack, it's getting a little bit crazy. Let's follow Doug Norton around. Heck, let's ride along with Doug Norton. As here he comes crossing the start-finish line. Diving off into turn 1. He gets up a little bit high here. Hangs on to it. Gets back on the throttle. Getting back down the straightaway. You can hear he's having to get out of the gas way more than a 358 would. It's all that extra power, and it's getting a little dicey right in front of him, but that is a lap around USA in a big block mod. And it is a mess there mid-pack as the 22 Chris Standridge just went up into the wall. He manages to recover. It looks like Ben Flanagan was caught. Caution is out. Let's see what happened to Ben. I saw Chris up in the wall. Not sure if that is what caught Ben or not. Yes, indeed. Brett Carroll had to avoid Chris, and unfortunately Flanagan just got caught in it. All right. Looks like Chris is going to go to pit road here. Meanwhile, John Darby still leads the big blocks. Jim Cook now leading in the 358s. He's picked up 4 positions. Jim Cook on the move here. It looks like scoring just updated, and Patrick Coluccio is in the lead, but Jim's still in 2nd in his 358. Both of them inside the top 10 overall. And while we're sitting there watching these guys pace around, don't forget to hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe button. Just hit all the buttons. All of them. And especially that share button. Share the Twitch broadcast. Share the Facebook broadcast. It helps out not just me, but it helps all these leagues get all the attention that they deserve. And that is a cool new paint scheme that Patrick Coluccio has tonight. I am digging that. When we ran the, I'm going to take some credit for that. Yesterday we ran a prototype race at Daytona, and I was running a chrome car because I had put a chrome paint job on it a long time ago and completely forgotten about it. And I'm going to go with Patrick. Just took that idea from me. Let's go with that. As they line up again. Looks like Chris Standridge has made it out of the pits. Kevin Martin now back on the lead lap. Kevin is 6th in the 358s. He's got Wayne and Brett not far ahead of him, so he might be able to run them down. He could still pull off the win in the 358s here tonight. I think it'd be a real challenge for a 358 to win against these big blocks with these long straightaways, but if one pulls it off, I will certainly be impressed. All right, pace truck is in. And green flag is in the air. John Darby, DJ Kenner, here we go again. Side by side into turn one. DJ does not try a crossover because Todd Schott is looking to the inside. Now Todd Schott's picking up a position. Caution is out again. Looks like Jim Cook and Kevin Martin are involved. I'm not sure who else. Let's see what happens here. Looks like Kevin Martin ended up going up the wall trying to avoid Jim Cook, who also just got stuck on the wall. Kevin Martin will have to go back to pit road. John Darby continues to lead, and they'll probably have a single file restart this time. We'll have to see how this whole thing plays out. Todd Schott, they're in the 426. That's at black car, third in line. He has been picking up a position or two every restart. Currently third in the big block mods. He started in 11th on track. So he is definitely on the move. If I were a John Darby, I'd be a little bit worried right now. But DJ Kenner right there. DJ is always one up at the front. We'll see if he can get it done here tonight. I know we talked to him a couple of times last week. And looks like John Darby is trying to hit the pace car. Apparently his crew chief told him he hit every other thing on the track. I didn't see it, but I'm not going to argue with the crew chief. Harry Hogg knows what he's talking about. Or Harry might be, and the crew might be eating ice cream. Who knows? Looks like the lights are out on the pace car. We are going to go single file restart this time. And that definitely gives John Darby a bit of an advantage, but if DJ Kenner, we saw him do some restarts last week, we'll see what he can do. Got another one cheering for Tom Land, who is now up in 5th. It is Nick Fancy Frank cheering for Tom Land. Part of the Mullet Brigade. Mullet Brigade. I can't speak. Green flag is in the air. John Darby leads him down into turn number 1. He gets a pretty good jump. Todd Schott gets one heck of a run down into 1. He's going to the outside, going to try and get around DJ Kenner here. Or is he going to come back to the inside? And he's got Brian Burkhart right there on the back bumper. Here they come out of turn number 4. Caution is out again. Looks like Jim Johnson involved this time. And it looks like he came off the turn, got right up into the wall. You know, the one person that does not want to keep seeing cautions is John Darby. He's got to be looking in his mirror. He's seeing Todd Schott back there. He's seeing DJ Kenner back there. DJ's had a heck of a run every restart. Another interesting thing about USA is this track does not slick off as fast as some other ones, especially down in 3 and 4. You see it right there. There's still a good amount of dirt to the inside. I just realized John Darby's driving the 007 tonight, so I guess we'll have to refer to him as Darby. John Darby. Seeing some slick patches a little bit there in turn 1, but not a huge 1 and 2, but not a huge amount. So this track definitely retains dirt better than some tracks like, I don't know, Bristol. And you gotta wonder, after this past week, will NASCAR ever try a dirt Bristol again? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's find out what you guys think. Alright, I do believe the lights went out on the pace car this time. Yes, indeed. We will get to go green flag again here. And it does look like there is a spot starting to slick off on the exit of turn 2. We saw some of these guys out here putting a lot of extra practice laps down as the session came to a close. And don't forget to stick around after the race. Help vote on the new league logo. Alright, pace truck is in. Darby's going to lead them down one more time. Green flag is in the air. 14 laps to go. Oh, we already got one in the wall. That was DJ Kenner in the wall. Caution is out again. Let's see if we can see what happened. Did not get the right angle on that one. Let's try this again. There is DJ Kenner in the orange and white car. Todd Schott right behind him. As they send it off into turn 1, it looks like Todd Schott just had a better restart and got to the back of DJ Kenner. They were the only two collect. No, I stand corrected. I do believe that is Tom Land that was also involved. We'll try and confirm that here in a moment, but I do believe... Yes, that was Tom Land involved, and you can see the paint is scraped off the right side of that car, but he is still out there, dents, dings, and all. Trying to see, lights are still on the pace car. It looks like DJ Kenner's still on pit road. We'll see if he can get off pit road before the pace car gets to him. He is the only one that went to pit road this time, but he took a wallop of a hit and ended up upside down, so he probably had to tow, and he is probably going to lose a lap here. Yes, indeed. DJ Kenner is losing a lap, unfortunately, after being extremely competitive. Todd Schott also extremely competitive, but now look who is up here in a 358. That is Patrick Coluccio. These big block mods have been dominant tonight, but Patrick Coluccio has navigated his way through traffic. He is second on track and first in class. Skylar Massey is second in the big block mods, right behind him in the purple and blue. Brett Carroll is second in the 358s. Pace truck going in. John Darby's going to lead him down into one again. And with this stagger, it'll be interesting to see how things go when they get down into one. Looks like the 358s go low, the big blocks go high. Darby continues to hold the lead. Skylar Massey now gets around the 358 of Coluccio and gets up into second. Meanwhile, Coluccio's got Brett Carroll right behind him, but Brett Carroll's got the big block of Doug Tire Norton right underneath of him. And who is this? Chris Standridge, after a rough start with 12 laps to go, is now 4th in class and 6th on track. He'll be able to move up rather quickly if he keeps this up. Coluccio's opened up a gap. Caution is out. Doug Tire Norton involved. Doug gets way up there, slows down, and Brett Carroll has nowhere to go, and it looks like Kevin Martin is involved again. Kevin is not having a lot of luck. He won a truck race earlier, but here on the dirt, he is struggling here tonight. Looks like anytime anything happens on track, it's going to catch him. It's almost like if he was on the back straightaway and a wreck happened on the front straightaway, I think Kevin Martin would be caught in it. Oh, thank you, Tessa. And as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, if you have a moment, drop in the chat, congratulate Tessa Burns and her now fiance Cody as they got engaged yesterday. An interesting tidbit here for you. Today is my little brother John Drever's birthday. It is also the birthday of Christopher Lambert, aka the Highlander. Just an interesting fun fact for you today that you didn't know you needed. Alright, John Darby and Skylar Massey 1 and 2 in the big blocks. Patrick Coluccio and Brett Carroll 1 and 2 in the 358s. Chris Standridge has now worked his way up to 3rd in the big blocks after being way dead last earlier. After a rough start, he started in 2nd place. He went all the way to the back and has now worked his way back up to 3rd in class and 5th overall. One of the biggest movers out there, James Johnson, right now, though. All right, pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. Darby gets a good jump this time. Skylar Massey right on the back bumper. And a little bit of a role reversal here. The big block went to the inside. The big block of Chris Standridge. Patrick Coluccio in the 358 to the high side. And Patrick's about to have Brett Carroll right to his back bumper. That is for position. Brett Carroll gets around. It looks like Coluccio struggles in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Stacks the whole field up behind him. Here comes Kevin Martin. Kevin Martin recovered several positions in that stack up. Managed to weave his way around. He's back up to 3rd in class. And he was involved in the last caution. And now he's going to the outside of Coluccio as Brett Carroll is up in the lead for the 358s. Meanwhile, up at the front in the big blocks, John Darby's run away with it, but we're going to have a battle for 2nd here momentarily. As Chris Standridge has closed the gap right to the back bumper of Massey, caution is out again. And looks like DJ Kenner is involved this time. He came off of 3 and 4. Pushing to the limit, gets down into the corner, just gets a little bit of a tap, and brings Brian, I believe that's Brian Mansfield with him. Let's take a look. That was Brian Mansfield to his outside. Everybody stacked up a little bit in 1 and 2. That did not help the situation at all. And Tom Land got caught in that again. Tom Land, another one not having a lot of luck tonight. He's been caught up several times as the track now slicking off, but with less than 10 laps to go, it's definitely going to get interesting. There's some of these guys that really focus on their practice on a slicked off track. And you know, it takes a lot of laps to slick off the track here at USA, but they're definitely getting there, and these pace laps are not helping. The guys that are better on a fresh track are going to go backwards, and these guys that are better on the slicked off tracks are going to come forward. Obviously, Darby is fast on a slicked off track. Skylar Massey, we see him out there every week. He is one of the last ones to get off the track as well, and he's definitely knows how to wheel one of these on a slick track. Aiden Trevette dropping into the chat. I am sure they would welcome you, buddy. All right, they are stacking back up. It looks like we're going to have another single file restart as the lights are out on the pace car. The front three, all big block mods: John Darby, Skylar Massey, and Chris Standridge. Then in the 358s, you got Brett Carroll to the lead now, Patrick Coluccio, and Kevin Martin. Talk about a recovery by Kevin Martin, up to third in Class 6 overall, and he's been involved in everything on the track tonight. Pace truck drives in. Green flag in the air. John Darby leads him down. 8 laps to go. And oh, I don't think we're going to get another. I believe that was Brian Burkhart upside down on the front straightaway. But this time it looks like it happened right behind Kevin Martin. It looks like Burkhart tried to go to the outside of the 9 car. The 9 ended up upside down. That was Jim Cook that ended up upside down. Burkhart was involved, and by a miracle, this time in this incident, Kevin Martin was actually in front of it. And we'll have just about 7-8 laps to go. When they go green again, stick around, because between races tonight, we're doing something exciting. You guys in the chat get to help choose the new logo. So get a pen and a piece of paper ready so you can write down the numbers you like. We'll read out the numbers as the slideshow presents the 12 options, and then you guys will drop your comments in the chat, and we will determine what the new logo is going to be. So get a pen and paper. We'll go through that slideshow a couple of different times. And you guys all get to choose. Although I do believe Chris Standridge said, and he is the league owner, he did say none of the ones that are green will be allowed because green is such bad luck in racing that he doesn't want it. But I guess if you guys outvoted him, he might be overruled. Lights are out on the pace car again. It'll be John Darby leading him around. Skylar Massey and Chris Standridge second and third in the big blocks. Brett Carroll still leading in the 358s. Patrick Coluccio and Kevin Martin. And the two guys in third in their respective class, Chris Standridge, Kevin Martin. Talk about recoveries. Both of them have been to the back of the field. Kevin Martin's actually had it a bit worse. He's been involved in almost every wreck. But they're recovering, and green flag is in the air. Skylar Massey into the wall, comes back down, gets into the 22 of Chris Standridge. We stay green. They keep him straight. No, we are not staying green. See if we can see what happened. Chris Standridge gets down in there. Skylar Massey bounced off the wall. Came down, clipped Chris Standridge. Several cars right behind them collected, including Doug Norton. Looks like Brian Mansfield, Michael Whiting, all caught up in this. Just when you think you only see a big one at Daytona and Talladega, here you go, half the field collected in this mess. And just as we were talking about how much Chris has recovered, however, Kevin Martin did manage to get through that one this time. So that's 2 wrecks in a row Kevin Martin has managed to avoid. He is still 3rd in class. John Darby still leads the big block mods. Skylar Massey still 2nd in the big blocks. Then you got in the 358s, Brett Carroll, Patrick Coluccio, and Kevin Martin. Wayne Bridges is 4th, and then Ben Flanagan is 3rd in the big block mods. Further back in line, though, it'll be very difficult with the limited number of laps left for him to get up there and challenge Darby and Massey. Should be getting one to go this time by. They will line up single file again for this restart, because the last 2 have not managed to complete a lap. Don't forget we're live on Twitch and Facebook, so you can watch either place. And these will be on YouTube later tonight. And of course, we even have a Twitter now. We also released a podcast. We release a podcast every Monday morning, or Monday midday, I should say, and it has the entire schedule, iRacing schedule for that week. So if you want to know where your particular series is running, you can find out there. Pace truck is in. Massey already looking to the inside. He's going for it on this restart. John Darby catches him napping a little bit, though. 6 laps to go. Everybody gets through 1 and 2 clean so far. Looked like Doug Norton might have had some difficulty back there, but he is recovering. He's coming forward. Ben Flanagan bounces off the wall a little bit there in the 111, manages to keep it straight. Nobody collected. 5 laps to go for John Darby. He has opened up a lead on Skylar Massey. But it is Kevin Martin on the move now as he goes for 2nd place in the 358s underneath Brett Carroll. Kevin Martin has the advantage going into 3 and 4. He'll take 2nd place. Brett Carroll's going to try and power back by on the outside. Can't quite get there. And a big stack up behind him. Doug Norton was sideways, but the race is over and John Darby wins it for the big blocks. Patrick Coluccio wins it in the 358s. Patrick Coluccio getting the obligatory celebration there from these Outlaw guys. And I'm sure when John Darby gets back around, he will get his obligatory celebration treatment as well. I guess we better get ready. Skylar Massey comes home 2nd in his big block mod, and that was definitely a heck of a finish for him. Let's see if we can talk to Massey real quick. Hey Skylar, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yo, what's up?
Hey man, congratulations. Great 2nd place finish tonight.
Yeah, give me just a second, Doug. I gotta change my audio settings.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I might have got it.
Well, we can definitely hear you.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you at first.
Okay. Well, congratulations. Great second place finish. That was kind of a rough end to that race, but you definitely made up a lot of ground tonight.
That was all just luck of making it through the wrecks. I mean, there was really no talent behind that at all. I just got lucky rolling through some of those cautions.
Well, and you had the issue on the last accident with you and Chris, and it looked like you managed to just barely hold on to the car and keep it going the right way.
Yeah, I feel so bad about that for Chris. I mean, I tried to go low, and as soon as I got on the throttle, my car shot up, and we got tangled up.
Well, at the end of the day, you managed to pick up several positions. You picked up 5 positions from where you started, but you were a little further back at one point and still managed to drive through everything for a second place finish. So congratulations.
Thank you, Doug.
And John Darby, the winner in the big blocks. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir.
It seemed like once things were going, nobody could touch you tonight.
I think it was just a lucky night. You know, track slicked off, and that's kind of where I'm a little bit more comfortable at.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like you were faster on the slicked off track, but regardless, you were faster all night.
Well, I appreciate it.
Well, congratulations, man. Great win tonight.
Thank you, sir. We'll try to do it again here in the 305s.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, that was our winner and our second place finisher in the big block mods. And you know what time it is, folks? Let's see how coordinated I am. Alright. We have the United Outlaw Racing League logo selection time. Get a pen and a piece of paper ready, folks. Hope you've got it. Here we go.